The risk we have switching to something like the Claas to do this particular job is well, it's going to be able to haul it faster, which means we're going to be filling up that primary chamber faster. So I don't know. Transfer that to there. The secondary chamber's empty. So we're only going to have issues if anyway, so we have proved that Clover wrapping works on the Cavernal and fast baler. It's just that we're not going very fast. So that means, oh, this is actually going to be nice, because for collection, this is the RBM Pro. Right, so this is the RBM 2000, this is the RBM Pro. This one has a scoop on the side, which means that you're going to tear your bales. This one has a grab, which is supposedly a little better at, or a little more gentle on the bales. Obviously using this, it probably doesn't matter. Let's save ourselves some money. Let's go with that one. And let's use up some money and buy the the Michelin tyres. So before we had one of these, I think this one, because we were using square bales. So our capacity is definitely up from when we were a square bale farm. Now, of course, the problem we're going to have is that round bales don't stay where you put them. Yeah, well, basically what I'm thinking, I'll discuss it when we go and pick it up. Let's put that on autopilot and reset that back to the farm. So we'll get the guy to deliver that, and I'm still not sure if I want to keep the square baler. I think I don't. So we will sell the square baler too. Garage. Oops, I was in the right place. What that does mean now is I cannot bale Clover. Just basic Clover. I have to okay, we'll stop that there. Turn that off, drop the fast baler. Whoops, I didn't know what to turn that off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the pickup with the case, because it should have enough power to haul 24 bales. Crying out loud, I did that with a Valtra A on the Field Mountain map with Mrs. Osa. So 24 bales on a 120 horsepower tractor. This one's running 260. We should easily be able to haul 24 bales around. We'll put the Claas on the fast bale, because it has another 140 horsepower more than this, maybe 130. That should see us doing a reasonable speed. I also want to grab a bucket on something. Well, I'll think about that. So yeah, well, what I was saying was the RBM 2000 Pro has a grabber So it carefully picks up the bales. It's not scooping them. But the thing is you're going to put them on this thing, which then has a friction feed that's pulling the bales down to the back. Well, that's going to damage your wrapper. And then you're going to tip them up off the back onto the ground and drag them along the ground, which is going to tear the wrapping. So the way I see this is it doesn't really matter. Plus, I have observed this bale collector is a little bit more forgiving in its picking up ability. I've got a weight on the front of this. Why do I have a weight on the front of this? Well, I have, so that's a thing. I've got a weight on the front of the Claas as well. Or not the Claas, the case. So we have weights everywhere. Okay, we'll pull this up to here. Put it on follow. I think we can follow a little bit closer, because we're just running down tractor light. We've got gas here. Hi, dog. So the square bales I'm not wrapping, we'll just keep them as Clover. Hopefully they don't rot. I wasn't going to produce quite as many for sciencing basic Clover. I know I need some Clover to get through winter, if it lasts. And as we said, yeah, we know grass starts rotting at midnight after you've cut it, and disappears over time. It's not affected by weather. It doesn't matter whether it's inside or outside, it will rot. So there's nothing we can do to prevent that. Wasn't sure you'd make it round the corner, so now we don't actually have to drive this through the gate, so we won't. Just close your eyes. Well, now we're here, I can just park this up in the field. I have to find the Claas again. Oh, there it is. Nice. Hitch this up to the fast baler and we should get some fast baling done. Alrighty, it's on, it's lowered. Oh crap, I changed that to grass. I might get lucky and it might convert back to Clover, because we only have 300. Nope, this is going to be a grass bale. But it's going to get wrapped, so it's going to be grass silage. I think what I want to do here is we'll drag this bale off to the corner when it poops out the back. Oh, this thing is also having issues hauling this. Okay, so it wasn't the case, it was the oops, no. I did not want to put that bale there. Oh. See, I should be able to do all of this at 11 miles an hour. No trouble. But as soon as we start picking things up, we drop to 4, which makes fast baling a bit of a... and again, we might have issues with mod clash here. I wonder how... looks like our mower might be done. Okay. I'm going to get to the end of this row, and then I'm going to manually finish up mowing everything that hasn't been mowed yet. So, let's stop that there. Go find the this dude. Engine. Drive. On. Unfortunately, there's not I don't know of any way to reduce the amount of grass we're generating here. I'm going to guess now that we've actually sown the field with clover. I would need to do a create fields, but I could cultivate the edge of this field and just completely remove all the grass from it. I could paint it brown and just paint it as dirt so that we have a little bit of a headland around the clover, and we should then be able to avoid getting grass. That might be a thing. So I didn't line that up well. There's one thing I've noticed on a map that doesn't have... This map tries, has multi-angle ploughing and sowing, so you don't have to drive precisely on the lines. But I've been setting up on law folds, and my findings are that on that map, if I set a piece of equipment to somewhere approximately kind of close to 180 degrees, what ends up happening is I get the equipment running at precisely 180 degrees. So same here. I'm going to get grass in the middle. But I could paint round the edge of the field just so that we end up with no grass in our clover. I might do that. Might do that once we're done with all the clover harvesting. Or maybe what I should have done was go round in the headland. When it doesn't actually have to be that wide, it just has to be enough room that I've got space for an error in my line along the edge of the field. This is mostly clover with a little bit of grass. Well, actually, that bit there looks like a lot of clover. So we didn't go up to the edge of the field there. Yeah. we can run back to that wedge of clover on here. Now this is running at 13 miles an hour. I'm kind of hopeful if I put the fast baler on this, we might end up with a good baling speed. This tractor doesn't seem to have the issues the Claas had with this mower set, and they're almost the same horsepower as the problem. Don't know what's going on there. In theory, if I mow the clover and the grass at the same time, I should end up with predominantly clover in the windrows, so shouldn't be so much of an issue. Okay, let's we'll go for the right side. Again, this tractor's slightly bigger turn radius and the width of the mower. Run back to the edge, we'll run down the side to the main road. We'll call this field mode. So going down here, I'm mowing a little bit of grass, a little bit of clover, and I'm kind of hoping that what we end up with is predominantly clover. Okay, I am going to drop the mowers here. Oh, right one. There we go. We will drop off the baler. We'll take that there and park it up. We will test this thing on the fast baler. I am sure the fast baler is supposed to go faster, especially since it was... What was the horsepower requirements for it? Horsepower requirements of this is 150 horsepower. The AGCO has 396. The Claas 940 has 380, so they're in the same class. This is 260, so we are all seriously exceeding the amount of power we need. But no, we are locked at 4 miles an hour on this. Not that. Average. This is not being a fast baler in my book. Operating speed, 11 miles an hour. Maybe it's the Clover. So I'm definitely going faster on that section where there is... I think we're struggling with Clover. That's... So we don't have any issues with our tractors picking up Clover. What we have issues with our tractors doing are picking up using the fast baler, because I'm doing 12 miles an hour now and we are chomping through this. But when we hit the Clover, we are losing speed quite a lot. So I think Clover is the thing. Very quickly turned in so that we were picking up Clover rather than grass there. Well, this is annoying. I don't have a solution for this now. I mean, obviously, going out of Zerian 5000 and sticking that on the front is not going to improve things. So we're down to 2 miles an hour there. Good grief. Okay, so not as much fun as I thought it would be. I don't recall. Yeah, this... Well, we could... I mean, we could wrap square and then get... go with this thing. I mean, obviously the mowers are working. The mowers are working fine. The mower set, the Vicon mower set, does not work with the Claas 940 that we have. I can put the front mower on and the collection wagon on the back and just do a single strip of grass into a collection wagon. That's not a problem. But as soon as I put the butterfly mowers on the back, swath or not swath, the Claas turns off the front mower. So yeah, that's a pain. Well, we've got the round pickup trailer now. Okay, let's fill this thing up and just be done with it. I'll send the Claas back up to get the oh no, yes, that's fine. Edging forward, and we have 4,000. So turn the pickup off, we'll lift it up. We'll let that do its wrapping. So I'm going to keep the AGCO on the thing. We are going to... I haven't used the collection wagon yet. So that one is 14 bales, that's 16 bales. That's a stacker, that's a... Fine. Okay, we'll buy that. And we will, what was the other thing I wanted? The square wrapper. We will buy that, stick with the white because we can see it. So buy that. And then we will garage, return that. And return the fast baler because it's just not working out for us. So good job we didn't sell the square baler. So I'll go and hitch these back on the mowers. And we will... What do we need down here now? We need the square baler. We need the square wrapper. Okay, I will park this in the sheep field, ready to go to our other clover field. Oh, I need a tedder too. Well, this has been a science morning. Follow him, jump in you, and we'll go fetch more stuff. Oh, I didn't transfer them, did I? Call up the store, say, yeah, I got some equipment for you to pick up, and can you drop off my new stuff? That would be really handy. And that's the weights and the pipes. Yeah, the problem is, now in FarmSim 17 there was a wrapper switch so that you could switch off the wrapper. Not that I think that would make any difference to that baler. I think that baler is completely hosed when it comes to baling and well, just baling clover. You know, we saw going through grass it's doing 11 miles an hour, going through clover it's doing 4. Now we could argue, well, because clover's a heavier product, so. And I was watching a YouTube video of a farmer this week, and they were saying that the grass they're baling is drier than the clover. The clover's actually a wetter product. Okay, where did... Thank you. Did I sell the baler? Really? Did I sell my square baler? Was I that idiot? I thought I kept it. I had the intention of keeping it. Well, what an idiot. Okay. We'll keep the Claas baler. Good grief, that's expensive. And uses 230 horsepower, which is fun. So, back to, and can we have our baler back? Thank you. And that has seriously wiped out our spare money. But we do know this works, so happy with this. But yeah, what I was saying about clover as a baleable product, I think what the farming agency has done with the Maize Plus and the grass extension stuff is they've effectively defined clover as functionally the same as grass. So, for example, like triticale and spelt are functionally the same as wheat and barley. So if you have a planter that plants wheat and barley, it will by extension plant it will by extension plant the other stuff, triticale and spelt. If you have a planter that will plant corn, it will